Greetings, welcome back to Pink Oddbird. Today I'm here to do a flip through of this book of shadows that I have made, so let's go ahead and take a look. Alright everyone, so first of all, just apologize quickly, I'm getting over a cold, so if I sound weird, that's why. Also, today we're getting a little bit of rain, which is super nice because in Southern California, it doesn't rain a whole lot, so. Doesn't that sound great? So I'm just really enjoying the weather today and getting over this cold. And my friends and I, we do a little Secret Santa swap every year. And so this is a book that I made for my Secret Santa. And what I decided to do was make something kind of like a book of shadows. I wanted it to be a book that she would be able to use just kind of for whatever she wanted. When I was making it, I was like, what theme am I doing? What's the theme of the book? And then I realized I was probably struggling with it so much because I didn't really want to put like a heavy theme into it, because I want her to feel like openness and freedom to really use it and interpret the book however she wants to. So the cover is what basically determined like the size of this book. My husband gave this to me. It was like some packaging from some stuff that he had, and he's like, oh, I think you can make something really cool with this. So I was like, challenge accepted, sir. So this is what determined the size of this book. It's something like a 9x9, so it's really, really big. So on the cover, I just used this really pretty piece, and I picked up a couple of these at the flea market, and they're so pretty, and I knew as soon as I picked these up that I wanted to use it as a closure in some way on the front of the book, so that's what I did. Then I've just used a little bit of sari silk to put the closure on the book, and if you noticed, it is fully closed, so this side of the book is the part that will flip open. And I had to be really careful about how much I put in here. I really wanted to leave it kind of plain, like I said, because I want her to be able to fill this up with things that she wants to put in there. And with the closure like this, it's really limited. So I kept it kind of loose. I did 5 signatures on the book. So the sari silk, you just untie it, and then this little piece flips down and it opens just like this. I was watching a video by Treasured Books, and she shows you how to dye paper with Crepe paper. So that was also the determining factor on the color scheme that I went with. I had blue Crepe paper, so that is what I used to dye my pages in this book. So I did do a little combination of the Crepe paper with coffee, so it has a really cool look on the pages. So because this book is so large, I had to go bring out my super large sheets of paper, and that's cool because I don't really use those very often, so it was good to make a book this big. I think this might be one of the biggest journals that I've ever made, so that's pretty fun. So I flipped up the bottoms to make pockets, and then you'll see just a lot of this kind of look because I really wanted to get some cool designs and patterns with the Crepe paper dye, which dyes swimmingly, and the coffee. And then all of the fabric here on the side that I put in is also dyed with the Crepe paper. It was originally white. So I've got a few pieces of ephemera in here. I'll link to the digital kits that I have used, but I do want to mention these beautiful images. They come from Style 24 Designs. These images are so beautiful, and I'm not sure if I'm saying her name right, but Kairi is super, super awesome to work with. So I would definitely recommend her Etsy shop to you. She's got a lot of beautiful images like this, so if you're making something like this, I would definitely check out her shop. She's got some beautiful images in there. So I've used these throughout the book, and they're all different things. Like this one is Locust, and they're all just backed on shimmer cardstock. I did a little stamping in here, and I was flipping through this last night, and I was just thinking of how fun it is. Just the pages are so big, it's so fun to flip through. Like you could see the difference here. Like this is an 8.5 by 11 folded in half, so this is what we're normally getting in a journal, right? So this is how much more we get in this particular book when I'm using these really large pages. So this fabric here I also dyed with the Crepe paper, and the cool effect that you're seeing came from that. I don't know how it happened, but it did, and I'm happy with that. I love it. I think it's really pretty. So I just have some sticky notes on here in the shape of a ticket. and some more stamping. These are Nick the Booksmith's eco-dyed papers. This side messed up on my printer, but I was not about to waste it because this side printed out perfectly. But my Secret Santa, Miss Kim, she knows how to work around things like this. She's a very long-time crafter, so she knows. So here in the center of the first signature, I have a Tim Holtz vellum envelope. It's a super large envelope, so she can tuck some things in there. And this paper that you see that looks like this was one of those really large posters with like the vegetables and stuff on it. So I just cut it out in different places and used this whole entire poster throughout this book. So here I've just made it a pocket. A little bit of collaging throughout. A little bit of textiles. I also did some stenciling. These are from Tsunami Rose. So these I made using a tutorial here on YouTube, and it's watercolor, and I like this tutorial a lot, and this was my first time trying it, so it's not that, you know, it's not like world class or anything, but that was the point of her tutorial. I'll link it down below if you guys are into watercoloring at all. She has a really great tutorial. So it was kind of fun too that I was able to use so many jumbo journaling cards, and these pages that come from Style 24, they're actually 8.5 by 11, but I shrunk them down to 5 by 7, so you can use these on a bigger scale if you want to, but I just decided to shrink them down a little bit. So here's one of those pages from the posters, and I just made a crease here to fold it back so that she can do some more writing in here, and she can actually probably tuck something in here too as well. There's another one of those watercolors. This is ReleasetheCraftin. So I had a lot of fun making these really large pages. You know, this is actually 2 pages that I used to make one. So she's got a lot of beautiful space here to make something, and I love the way these turned out, especially when you see the runoff of the previous page, and it's just giving it a really, really pretty kind of poster-like effect. Another tag here, seed packet. Gorse. There's another one of those. Here I have a piece of like midnight blue sari silk, and then there's just a little heart attached. So this can be her bookmark as she works throughout the book. Sorry, the lighting is so weird today because it is raining, but I kind of need to get this filmed today. I don't know when I'll have another chance. Some Tim Holtz wallpaper that I used as a pocket. This is more daisy. So here's another example of how combining the images was just so beautiful. Like, these are 2 completely different designers, in fact, and it just works together so well. That's the center of the book. We got Hazel. These here are ReleasetheCraftin as well. It's another tag. There's the center of that signature. It's another poster piece. little bit of Edith Holden. It's another pocket. It's a big heart. Some more textile. There's the final watercolor piece, and this flips out. There's another jumbo envelope. This fabric turned out so cool. There's my stamp, and this fabric that I used here on the back cover. Well, it's on the whole base. It goes across to the front here, but it's so pretty. Kind of like a scaly, metallic kind of look, blue and purple, just like the book. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope that you all have enjoyed this, and I hope that my Secret Santa enjoys this book. I had a really fun time putting it together. It was a nice new kind of challenge. So that's it, everyone. I hope that you all have enjoyed this. I had such a great time making this, and I would love to make some more books like in this size, or maybe even a little bit bigger. I think they're really fun. Like, I don't know, it's just something different than what we normally do. So I really enjoyed making this. So I hope she enjoys it as well. And I hope you all have enjoyed it. And that is going to wrap it up for me for now. Be sure to stay tuned, because you never know what direction this odd flock of ours is heading into. And until next time, toodaloo.